Hey, 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 hey.
Hey, what up? What up?
Hey, boss.
Hey,
It's just being the Joneses, y'all. It's April and
and boss.
talk. I be forgetting your name.
I know you do. Yeah,
It's just
I know.
so. We hope everybody is doing well today. All of the listeners out there, and that y'all are ready. Whether you in your car, listening, chilling on the couch, or whatever.
At work, like I do when I'm listening to
We hope
just
y'all
being the Joneses.
ready for this topic. So today we talking this episode we're talking about why did
Why?
I get mad?
Why in the hell did I get married? Why?
Why? Oh, why I did you do this to me? So, oh boy, I have. It's interesting to me to sit and think because why it it took me a long time, I would say, to figure out because I was so young when I got married the first time.
Right.
It took me a long time and really being open and honest with myself and really doing some soul searching to be honest with the reason why I got married the first time I got married.
Mm.
So I mean, I'll say I can tell you why I got married then and why I got married now. It's a huge difference between the two, of course.
Right.
But of course it took a long time for me to be really mature enough to be honest with myself about. Because the first time I got married, I was young. I was 19. So I believe I got married because, well, I know mostly the main reason I got married was because one, I had a child from him,
Yeah.
and then I didn't want nobody else to
You didn't want anyone else to have?
have him.
Oh, have him. Oh, okay. I got you.
So it was like,
Lock him down. Huh?
yeah,
Clank, clank.
and that ain't stopped nobody else from having them, but
Well, now you could have been single and did that. You ain't do your job or something. You should have did some more.
oh gosh, no, but no, I mean, because you can't. So you people will marry you, but that don't mean that they are ready to be committed.
So true.
But at the same time, and I think because I was 19, I'm not even gonna say I was ready for marriage. I'm gonna say I wasn't because I hadn't even experienced enough life yet,
Mm.
you know, to be and which I'm not knocking people that get married young or nothing like that. Everybody different. But um it's still pretty young, not much experience with life at that age.
Right. Same here.
So
19 years old as well for me.
and had never lived on my own.
Mm-hmm.
Um that was my first real relationship, I would say, that I had a couple other boyfriends. Of course before that, but I'm saying this was like a real relationship.
Yeah.
A real life like relationship pretty much. Um which it's okay to marry the person you're in a real relationship with, but I got married to him at 19.
Mm-hmm. Many people will say
And
that
it
that's too
wasn't for
early.
the right reasons. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I did love him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna say I didn't love him or
I know you
wasn't
did.
in love with him and
Cause
that
you,
like
cause
that.
you, cause you had to lock them down. Clank, clank. I know you loved them. Love make you do that.
But sometimes people think that when they get married, I'm getting married because then it's gonna change. It does change the dynamics of your relationship, but it doesn't change the person, and
Mm.
so to speak, unless they want to say now that okay, I'm a married person,
I'm
now I gotta
married
move
now.
like I'm a married person.
Yeah.
Not everybody say okay, I'm married, then now I'm gonna move like a married person.
Yeah.
So it's got to be that mindset of something they want to do or they committed to doing. Just the marriage alone itself don't make you be like, okay, I'm committed.
Some people do, some people don't. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, yeah, that with some people need kids to come along with that. Based off of what I've seen, that once there's a kid involved, then they slow it down. Then they can become more committed because it's just more to
So are they
lose.
committed to then the fact that they're a parent? So they are now committing more to the relationship for the child versus the person that they married to.
I think for the whole
And that,
family at that point.
yeah.
That's just what I personally believe. I don't know. Of course, everybody's situation different, but I've seen a lot where once there's a kid involved, they really slow down. Like, whoa, all right, I got a child now. I gotta make some. I gotta just make some changes. I gotta do right.
So it
Do
seems
this, do
like they're
that.
doing it more so because they have a child, not because they have the husband or the wife. Because they had the husband or wife and that didn't slow them down. So it's like, now I got a kid involved, so we need to keep the family together. I need to do what I got to do. So you're doing it more so for the kid.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Could be. But I like to think of it as more for the whole family. Could be wishful thinking.
Why is
I
it that
could be
what you
wrong.
did or something?
No, it wasn't me.
Oh, okay.
I've seen that situation before.
So why did you get married? Because you got married young too, the first
Yep.
time.
I was 19. We genuinely loved each other, and we joined the military together, fresh out of high school.
So that's why you got married?
Well, we really wanted to though. Both
Yeah.
of us. We
But
really wanted
why?
to, because we genuinely loved each other. We didn't want to. I wanted to lock her down. Clank clank. I wanted to lock her down.
I mean, some people
we wanted to be together.
Some
we
people
wanted to live
generally
together.
love each other and they just be together.
Yeah, for a very long time.
That don't mean they
Oh,
get
you
married.
mean yeah. They don't mean to get married. Yeah. But see, with us, we were trying
You
to stay
just
together.
be honest. Y'all both was in the military and y'all both wanted that extra money.
No. I mean, no,
I'm
seriously,
just
we just
joking.
really just wanted to stay together as
Yeah.
long as we could, though.
Well, both of y'all been in the military. You had to get married to. I mean, being married would put you in a better, at more of a chance of being in the same station in the same place,
Definitely.
right?
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
is that why y'all got married when you
That ain't
did?
why.
Okay, so even if y'all would have ended up in the same place before you got married, you still would have got married at the time that you did.
Yeah.
At that.
Still would
Okay.
have. Yeah.
Okay.
Because we wanted to. We talked about it a lot.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we wanted to. What I'm saying, had a child. She was like, when we talked about kids, and I was like, I'm ready right now. I mean, I was ready for the full jump both feet in and be all in with the family life. That was me. And it was as young as I was at that time. What I'm saying, I think I was very much mature enough to handle it. And so, which I was, but I made my mistakes. I was young. I mean, I was just a human being, making mistakes here and there, and I ain't do everything right. But
none of us does, even now.
At being good,
the age that we is now, you do everything right.
Yeah, and that's why probably the reason why people say age ain't nothing but a number. That's part of it. You know what I'm saying? Of course,
they say age ain't nothing but a number when they want to mess with them little girls.
I was just about to say that. Oh, she would. I was just about to say that's part of the thing from because there could be. I've seen people in their early 20s much more mature than some people in their 40s.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
that's definitely true because
some
people do really get young, married young, and then and they grow old together. And everything.
Doing the right things for each other, being there for each other. But then you got cats out there in their 30s and 40s wilding out.
Wilding out.
Shoot.
50 Cent
still trying to be a player. Yeah.
But
like, bruh, come on now.
I mean, the second time I got married was I was way more mature.
Oh, tell me about him.
Tell you about his name is Boss. But yeah, I think then I was just in a whole different place. Like it wasn't because of no kids, because we ain't had kids together.
No.
And it wasn't because I ain't want nobody else to have you, because I had already learned that somebody else can have you even when you're married.
Yeah.
So
The
I just
key,
wanted to be,
the key got copied.
being in love and just wanting to be, knowing that I wanted to be with you for the rest of my life, and you, and the type of person that you was and were and still is. And
I'm better now.
and companionship and all of that stuff that
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, just, and then you gotta lock you down, just lock
Same here.
it.
I had to lock you down because you had a line of them waiting on you.
Whatever.
I was like, oh,
I did
whoa,
not.
oh, shoot.
I did not.
I was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, let's do it then. She had
But you
all,
know what?
you had all these dudes
I did not.
just, at your door.
That's the other way
So
around.
I was
It
like,
was
hey.
the people being mad at me because you got married. Now let's be for real. But also, like seeing, like I saw marriage all my life growing up.
Yeah.
So you know how sometimes what they say, and I don't even think this isn't even the case for everybody, but you know how it's most girls have this. They say that most girls have this fairy tale, this a vision of this fairy tale wedding
Mm-hmm.
or marriage and being married and all of this stuff like that, and it's kind of like instilled in them, like this is what you're supposed to do by
Yeah.
society.
Yeah.
I probably would say the first time around, but maybe not even first time. Just I think that I've always wanted to. Even when I was younger, I knew I wanted to be. It was just a part of like, and I maybe because I seen marriage my whole life. My parents was married
Mm-hmm.
the whole time that I was, my whole life. So it did come across to me as something that is supposed to happen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I was never the type that was like, I don't want to get married, or I don't know if I want to get married or anything. It was something that I knew that I wanted to do,
Yes.
even when I grew up or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
So it was just something that, okay, you meet somebody, you fall in love with them, you get married to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that
And
was,
see,
I would say, it's pretty much was the norm.
and you had I say a pristine type of
Example.
like example in your house, yeah, because your parents were together the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
They ever separate?
Mm-mm.
They ain't never separate. See, they were together the whole time. That's all you knew.
Right,
You
right.
know what I'm saying? And like so that was a great example.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to have had that example and just knowing, just to be able to feel it. So like, but for me it was different. So my parents divorced when I was, I'm sorry, about 2 years old. They said. So
Mm-hmm.
growing up, I don't remember them being married.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was only two when they divorced, split up and everything.
So
So
they say that people have, when you see good examples of marriage growing up, then you take that and you become a good spouse. Do you think that's well? Because you're saying that you didn't have that example,
mm-hmm.
but you're an awesome spouse. So what do you think? Where do you think you got your examples of what it looks like to be a good husband from, or whatnot?
So growing up, just like how you mentioned, society tells us, all right, someday you get married, you get a career, you get married, you have kids. You know what I'm saying? The platon, what they call it, the nuclear family.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
perfect family.
Mm-hmm.
So you achieve that, you work to achieve that someday. And I knew, like, at least when I was a teenager growing up, that I would someday be there, have a wife, and go from there. You know what I'm saying?
So they was kind of instilled in you too, like one day I'm gonna be married.
Yeah, yeah, of
Okay.
course. It's society, the culture, the whole
Yeah.
thing. You know what I'm saying? The American way.
Okay.
Hoorah! So, yeah, I always knew that someday I'd be married, and I look at, okay, what do I need to do to get there though, to keep a marriage? I
Mm.
knew I'd be married,
Mm-hmm.
but how do I keep it?
Okay.
So I used examples growing up of what So like, okay, I didn't see the marriage that you saw growing up. Like I just mentioned, they were two when I divorced, or
Okay.
when they divorced. So I don't remember them being together. So I didn't have a memory of them, of watching them, seeing what they did together
Mm-hmm.
in a marriage, making mistakes or making things great.
Okay.
So I had to go off relationships, different relationships that I saw
Okay.
growing up.
Okay.
My daddy relationship with his wife,
Mm-hmm.
his second wife, you know what I'm saying, and then my mother's relationship with her dudes growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And so I saw a lot within those, all of those,
Okay.
just how they, things that they did right and wrong
Mm-hmm.
between, and not just the guys. I'm talking about something mom might have did wrong too, you know what I'm saying,
All
or
right.
whatever, just right and wrong and all
Mm-hmm.
that stuff. Everybody, I learned from
Mm-hmm.
everybody,
You just
and I think,
you watched everybody and just kind of learned watched what everybody did, and you said, "Oh, that's what I want to.
yeah,
That looks good. That's what I would want to
yes,
apply to myself." Or that don't look good. I don't want that.
exactly.
Okay.
Mental notes, because you can learn from everybody. You do learn from everybody,
Mm-hmm.
and I knew that. I learned that at a young age. I wasn't saying that to myself like, "Oh, I'm learning from everybody," you know what I'm saying. But I knew that. I guess God put that into me to just say, "Hey, you know what I'm saying. You're gonna be able to recognize right from wrong seriously, because you
Mm-hmm.
see this guy doing this. Now, is that right or is that wrong?" And I just knew
Mm-hmm.
it was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't like I was like, oh shoot, you know, that's he did wrong, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do wrong, but do it better.
Yeah,
I,
because you know
I ain't gonna get caught.
some people do you go by the
Some
example that
people,
they've given.
yes,
So that's really good that you were able to say, okay, I'm a use other people's mistakes
hmm
to be a better spouse or whatever, a husband or whatever, when I get to that point.
absolutely, and it helped me out tremendously. I mean, it was just so like I just knew growing up. I just had the blinders were off, and I knew exactly what I wanted to be, which was just a good man. Start from there. I guess that being the foundation, and just growing from there. Because of course you don't know how your life's gonna be. You know
So
what I'm
you
saying?
was learning what it looks like to be a good man, and that's what it was. So this is what it looked like to be a good man.
I was like I said, I was learning based off
Yeah,
everybody else and what they did right and what they
right.
did wrong.
So
How
if they
men
if
how men wronged my mother, how my daddy
right.
wronged his wives, how my mama could have did better with this and that as a parent, my
Mm-hmm.
daddy, how he could have did better with this way or that way,
Uh-huh.
and just brought all those together through, and I ain't never write nothing down. It was just mental notes.
So it's like, okay, I want this right. So it's like you learn how to be. You wanted to be. That taught you how to be a good spouse, husband, or spouse or whatever, husband, because you were like, okay, that was wrong, and if I want to be a good spouse, then I'm not going to do that.
Exactly.
Or that was right. So if I want to be a good spouse, I'm going to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And see, with me, I didn't get the opportunity to see a lot of things, like stuff was hidden from us.
Yeah.
So I wasn't like, okay, when I got older, like really much older, I started to realize like certain things as in certain things, but then that wasn't until I got like much older really. But then as a kid, I didn't see, all I saw was a mama that's a wife
Mm-hmm.
who taking care of the house, taking care of the kids. She works sometimes.
Yeah.
A daddy who taking care of the going out and working and take care of his
Yeah.
family. And we going to church as a family and
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And I didn't see like fights, I didn't see any breaking up, I didn't see any really rarely any arguments,
Yeah.
rarely, or anything like that. And so, which is healthy, I think it's healthy for kids to see some things, imperfections, like sometimes we argue in front of camp but it don't be serious, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean, it might be like a little disagreement or something,
Mm-hmm.
but it also teaches him how to, it's okay to disagree,
Mm-hmm.
and not have to be walking around, what I'm
Yeah.
saying, breaking up because we disagree, or walking around mad because we disagree, what I'm saying,
Yeah.
or whatever, like healthy
Throwing plates
examples.
at each other.
Yeah, yeah. So
Because we bring the situation down,
right, exactly.
diffuse the situation in a healthy way
Yeah.
for
So
all of us.
Right. So my it was just totally different for me, but I will say that it looked like, okay, this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get married.
Mm-hmm.
You like somebody, you date them, you fall in love, you get married.
Yeah.
And technically, of course, I was taught that you don't even get married. I mean, you don't even have kids out of wedlock. You don't uh have sex out of wedlock, none of that. But I did.
Yeah.
So a part of me getting married, like I said, the first time was because, okay, we got a kid together. I love the man, and I don't want nobody else to be with the man. So if I go ahead and marry him, then I got him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, it's a lot of that. This is just a part of the society, and sometimes now you hear people, a lot of times now I hear people say, now when I was a kid I never heard this, but as an adult, well, I don't know if I want to get married, or
Yeah.
I don't hear a lot of people saying that, because the most people that I'm around or that I have conversations with that's single, they do want someone,
They want
you
that
know.
long term commitment,
Hmm.
marriage. Yeah.
And I also was taught that you're not supposed to shite up with people. So I'm like,
Yeah.
if I want to be with this man and I want to live with this man, I need to marry this man. You know what I'm saying? So with my, especially with my first um husband,
Yeah.
I would not have probably moved out of my parents' house and moved in with him without being married.
That's right.
So
Now, do you think you would have felt shame for that?
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. Because that's the way you was brought up. You
Yeah,
heard it all your life, and
yeah,
that's one of the things.
absolutely.
You was in a Christian nuclear family, and that's all you knew. Things
Absolutely.
like that. Yeah. You'd have probably felt that shame, and ain't nothing wrong with that.
So it
That's
was,
pretty good actually, because I
yeah. So
mean,
it's like we got to get married if we're gonna live together,
yeah, yeah.
So
Make that commitment.
that was another part of the reason why.
Yeah.
So, and then if I get mad, if we live together, we spend more time together, and that's less time for you to be in the streets doing the things that you do. So I thought,
Mm,
and so boom,
yeah.
here we went to the courthouse.
To the
And
courthouse.
then
Had a
back,
courthouse
and
wedding. Had
then
a courthouse ceremony or whatever.
courthouse,
Yeah.
then back to my
Yeah.
mama house,
Yeah.
my mom and daddy house,
They cook for
to
y'all.
with a U-Haul. No, nobody wanted us to get married. Nobody was celebrating this. Okay, nobody. I ain't hear not no congratulations, no nothing, which was fine because I already knew nobody wanted me to marry him. As a matter of fact, everybody was telling me don't do it.
Oh yeah.
So, but but I got my children out of it and whatever. But
So you got married.
but
Like,
then we
mama, I'm
went back.
married now. Oh yeah, yeah. You want these boxes?
I
You
was
still need these
married
boxes?
now.
You still need these boxes?
Went back to my mama's parents' house. Got my little room in the
Yeah.
U-Haul, packed up in the U-Haul.
Yeah.
Went to Save a Lot and spent no $75 to fill up our cabinet and moved in our apartment all in the same day.
Hey. Mm. And that was a busy day.
It was a busy day. My mom
Yeah.
was sitting on the porch watching us pack up my room. She was sitting there. I know she probably sitting there thinking, this girl is just so stupid. She get on my nerves all the time.
She got my blame nerves. This blame man. And then when it got mother blame married. And I told her don't get married.
Oh boy.
uh,
I tell you. But yep. But you was just a whole another different story. So much older and wiser, and I chose a whole lot different on purpose.
mm-hmm.
So
I'm glad you chose me.
well, we chose each
Because
other.
you had options.
We chose each other.
Yep. We
So,
chose each other.
but
And
yeah. So
and that's the final ride.
the final ride. Yep.
2 times is enough.
Well, it's the final ride because where you going at?
Nowhere.
Right,
Nowhere.
right, 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 right. Shoot, you better go to bed. That's it.
That's right.
And if you leave, I'm leaving with you.
You gonna decorate our apartment? Come on, decorate the apartment.
but but yeah, so so that shows that you can see, doesn't matter what examples you see.
Yeah, you can still be a
The
good person.
you
Good,
can.
be in a good marriage.
Mm-hmm.
You can still bring some good stuff to someone for a good marriage when y'all get together. So yeah,
At some point, because I feel like at some point, at a certain age, blaming your example just get old. Like, because you old enough to know right from wrong.
yeah, yeah. You definitely know old enough.
So
You can't say, "Well, that's my daddy did it." That's all I know. You can't. That only goes so far.
yeah,
Maybe okay once or twice, maybe, but after that,
not even once or twice, depending on your age. At some point, you know it's wrong, and you
yeah,
like, okay, I need to, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. Depending on your
You
age,
determine who you're going to be.
yeah.
Whether you need to get help, professional help to get there, and pray and all of that stuff to get there, but you determine who you're going to be.
I think I was saying that in the perspective of someone young though. Someone
Oh,
young
okay,
going to
yeah,
it, but like we were 19,
yeah,
like that. You know what I'm saying? Like if someone learned, said, "Hey,
yeah.
that's how my mama did it." So I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
Oh,
my
yeah,
mama cheated.
absolutely.
My mama was a hoe. I mean, give me some grace. That's all I learned. If she's saying all that, yeah, give her some grace. Give her a chance or two.
Well, yeah, and then you gotta be able to talk to the person you with to know what your relationship's supposed to look like, regardless of what you saw as an example growing up. Once you get married,
Yeah,
so because what worked for your parents may not work for you.
may not work because that is a total different marriage.
Yeah,
Two total different people. Yep.
but here I am today. Why did I get married too?
Oh yeah. Why in the hell did I get married to? Yeah.
Yeah, but
And
I
I'm
mean,
loving every minute of
you're a little enjoyable. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes you get on my nerves sometimes, because
it.
baby,
See how you down talk me?
let me tell you, when you was eating my chips the other day, oh, I was like, why did I get married? No, joke.
You did yell at me.
Yeah, but I
Because
ain't say why.
you got that connection.
I didn't question the marriage though. I didn't question.
You got that connection to your food. I was like, hey, all right, my bad.
See, that's where you be trying to call me greedy on the side. So we gonna go ahead and hop off of here before I have to bop you up in front of the people. All they gonna hear is sounds.
You did not tell me to
Stop eating my cheddar ruffled cheddar sour cream.
mother blame chips.
But all right, so that concludes this episode. Thank y'all for listening.
All right, remember to like.
Catch us on the next episode, and we're out.